the issue of a a gold tooth gets introduced by Brigadier Gininda when he makes an application to the magistrate in that affidavit that we dealt with.
Udaba lwezinyo legolide lukhulunywa-ke noma lushiwo-ke uyena uBrigadier Gininda uma ngabe enza isicelo kwimanje.
On the proceedings of the 22nd of January 2024, on page number 40,
22 January 2024 ku page 14.
this is what Brigadier Gininda told this court. He says, photos download taken of the accused by himself or selfies match the description of the suspect who was or who had a firearm with dreadlocks, big eyes, and with a gold teeth.
Lana ke uyasho ke ukuthi ke ithombe phecelezi ke ama selfie ezathotshelwa uyena ke umsolwa ke eyithobula noma eyishuta yena ke ziyakusho ke noma ke zihambisana ke nalokho ke okwashiwo ke ukukhulunya izinyo legolide. Can you just mention them on? Can you mention them again, sorry? Gold tooth,
dreadlocks,
ama dreads yebo,
big eyes,
amehla amakhulu
and had a firearm.
kanye futhi nesibhamu.
Yes. So that is the first time that the court gets that kind of this additional descriptive feature of the suspect who had a firearm.
Manje ke kwakuye kokuqala ke manje ke inkantolo izwa ke ngalezi ezinye ke izinto eseyifakelwa noma ke eseyishiwo ke ngalo umsolwa owayephethe isibhamu.
Oh, okay.
My Lord, that is not correct. We have evidence of Exhibit J, an affidavit or a statement by Yvonne Amanda Steenkamp, wherein the people that were in the house compiled an ID kit, and in that statement, my Lord, there is a mention of a gold tooth as well, my Lord. Not like something that Brigadier Gininda came up with. It was there, my Lord. I think 3 days after the commission of the offence. Yes, the court, please. And furthermore, my Lord, the witness that mentions that is Thabang Makeleng.
As it is the court, my lord, I don't know whether I need to do justice by my response in this instance. Mr. Makeleni has not been called to come testify. Ms. Amanda Steenkamp has not been called to come testify here, unless the state are saying, well, we would proceed to call them. But evidence that is before court, there's no one, definitely no one who came and said that one of the witnesses who was in the house had a gold teeth, except for Brigadier Gininda.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another great edition of Skybridge. Today, we're diving straight into the courtroom, unpacking the testimony, the objections, and the moments that deserve a closer look. Buckle up, because this one gets very interesting. Advocate Manisi puts a very specific proposition to Mtobisi, that Brigadier Gininda was the one who came with this gold tooth narrative, including when he made his application before the magistrate. And immediately, Sibanda objects. His response is essentially, no, Gininda wasn't the only one. He refers the court to Amanda Steenkamp and Thabang Makeleni, saying that there were also references to a gold tooth. But here's where we need to be very careful legally, because there is a fundamental distinction between saying, this appears in a statement or description attributed to a witness, and saying, this witness came to court, gave that evidence under oath, and that evidence was properly tested. Those are not automatically the same thing. And that is precisely what makes Manisi's response so interesting. He reminds the court that the witnesses being relied upon by Sibanda were never called to testify. The state has closed its case. So the question becomes, can the contents or alleged observations of a witness who never entered the witness box simply be treated as if that witness gave that evidence before the court? I'm not saying the answer for the court. I'm saying that is the evidential question this exchange puts squarely on the table. And there's another layer. Because this is the case of accused number 3, Mtobisi Gadla, who is currently giving evidence. Yet the Makeleni description being relied upon concerns the alleged second intruder, whom Gininda's version places as accused number 2. So before anybody runs away with the words gold tooth, we have to ask, who was actually being described? And just as importantly, where is the witness who can come into court and be tested on that description? Because in a criminal trial, precision matters, context matters, and the evidential basis matters. A reference to a witness who never testified cannot simply be treated casually as though the court heard that witness's evidence firsthand. So now, let's go to the people who were actually inside that house. What did they say they saw? Who did they describe? And what physical features did they actually put before the court? Because that may be where this gold tooth issue gets very, very interesting. Here it goes.
Mr. Mube, let us deal with the evidence that was presented, the identifying features that were presented to court by the 3 witnesses who were in the house and were called the star witnesses by the state to come and tell the court what happened there, and ultimately who gave the identifying features of the people who got into the house.
Ake sikhulumeke manje ke ngaloko kwakhulunywa ke ofakazi ke laba bathathu ke ababizwa ubona ke umbuso nanjengabantu ababesendlini ke futhi ke bechaza ke besho ke ukuthi ke yini ke abayibona noma ababachaza ngayo abantu abangena endlini.
Let us start the tape.
Yes.
Mr. Madlala, did he ever mention throughout his testimony that one of the perpetrators, particularly the gun-wielding perpetrator, had gold teeth?
Asiqale ke ngaye uMadlala ingaba kubufakazi bakhe abethula phambi kwalenkantolo wakusho yini ukuthi ke omunye wabantu abangena kakhulukazi ke lo owayephethe isibhamu wayenezinyo legolide?
Angikhumbula uMadlala.
I can't recall Madlala.
Angikhumbula sho njalo.
No, I can't recall him saying so.
Let me assist you. He never said it.
Angikulekeleleke akaza kusho.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Let's go to Mr. Twala.
Asiyeke kuthwala ke manje.
Did he, at any stage when he gave testimony, he ever identify the gun-toting intruder as a person who had a gold teeth, a gold tooth?
Umthokozi Sithwala yena ke kukhona la asho khona kubufakazi bakhe ukuthi ke kulaba abangena endlini kakhulukazi lona ke owayephethe isibhamu ukuthi wayenezinyo legolide.
Angikhumbula.
I can't recall.
Let me assist you. He never mentioned it.
Angikulekeleleke akaza kusho.
You know, probably my grandchildren, when listening at me, you know, mixing this with, they are saying, for our homework, we'd rather not go to that old man. No. He's going to make us get it wrong. But it's fine. At least I've learned now 1 tooth, but many teeth. I've corrected it. Thank you. Let's come to Zandile Khumalo, Mrs. Zandile Khumalo.
Asize ke manje kuMzandile Khumalo.
And I'm going to read to you again what she says.
Zokufundela futhi ke ukuthi uthini?
In her statement that was introduced and exhibit here at court, and in fact, this confirms what she told this court in a broader context. This is what she said in paragraph 18. I think this is exhibit P2. Exhibit P2. Exhibit P2 in identifying those witnesses or those 2 intruders. She says in paragraph 18 in exhibit P2, I did not see the gold tooth in any of the suspects' mouth.
Ubufakazi bakhe kuZandile Khumalo uthi angikazeke ngilibone izinyo legolide nanoma kuphi ke umsolwa noma ke kubasolwa labo abangena emlonyeni wabasolwa abangena.
She says, I will be able to identify the suspect if I see him again.
I will.
Yes.
Okay, uthi ke uma ngaphinde ngimbone futhi ke umsolwa ngingamkhomba.
Both of them, I will be able to identify them.
Ngingabakhomba bobabili.
Thank you. Back to our discussion here. Zandile says, unequivocally, and being an identifying witness who says, I can be able to identify both of them. I never saw a gold tooth in any of the two suspects that got into the house.
Na njengofakazi ke uZandile Khumalo uthi ke kulaba ke abangena endlini akekho engabona izinyo legolide emlonyeni wakhe.
And in fact, throughout her testimony here at court, she never made mention of a gold tooth.
Kubo bonke ubufakazi bakhe ke la enkantolo akaze nje akhulumeke ngezinyo legolide.
That she saw in any of the two perpetrators that got into her homestead.
Ukuthi ke wabona ke komunye ke walaba noma kuwuphi ke kulaba ababili abangena emzini wakubo ngalelo langa lelo.
Now, this is where the gold tooth issue becomes a problem for the state's case. Mnisi has taken accused number 3 through the evidence of Tumelo Madlala, Mtokozisi Twala, and Zandi Khumalo, people who were actually in the house and testified before court. And the point is striking. None of their evidence, as presented here, describes an intruder with a gold tooth. Zandi's statement, Exhibit P2, was also read into the record, and the gold tooth feature does not emerge there either. Yet the gold tooth becomes a feature through Brigadier Gininda's evidence. That does not automatically prove that the state's version is false, but it raises a legitimate evidential question. If the people who encountered the intruders did not provide that identifying feature, where does the gold tooth description came from? And how reliably can it be connected to accused number 3? And that matters, because the state carries the burden of proving its case beyond reasonable doubt. If an important identifying feature originates primarily from the investigator rather than the eyewitness testimony, the defense has a clear basis to challenge its reliability and significance. So let's hear exactly how the issue of the gold tooth by Brigadier Gininda came into existence.
Mr. Mube, Exhibit S was also introduced to court here, which were the downloads from your photos, from the cell phone that was confiscated from you in an unrelated matter in 2015.
Manje ke exhibit S ke uvezwe ke la phambi kwalenkantolo kuma downloads ke umakhalekhukhwini wakho izithombe ke ezatholakala khona kodwa ke kwakuyelinye icala ke lika 2015 elingahlangene naleli.
Now let us start with that photo there. I think it was exhibit S1 or something.
Asiqale ngalesi ke isithombe.
Now, this photo was introduced through the testimony of Sergeant Mabasa.
Isithombe lesi ke sezake ngobufakazi bakhe uSergeant Mabasa.
Yebo.
Yes.
You would recall, let us play the testimony of Sergeant Mabasa. Apparently, there was a request that he received from Sergeant Mukhula, one of the members of the investigating team in the matter, with specific instruction that he needed to go through all the photos that were downloaded from your cell phone and get a photo with a golden teeth. Those were specific instructions.
Kubufakazi bakhe ke uSergeant Mabasa washo ke ukuthi ke isicelo sabuya kuyena ke uSergeant Mukhula oyingxenye ke yethimba eliphenyayo kulona icala leli ukuthi ke abheke zonke izithombe ke kuyithombe ke ezadownloadwa ke kuona umakhalekhukhwini abheke ke isithombe la khona ke une gold noma igolide.
Yebo.
Yes. And if my memory serves me well, this request was made in 2025. Somewhere there, it's a pretty new request. It was a pretty new request. It was not made. It was not made at the time at which this investigation kicked off, but it was made at a time at which already this trial had commenced. My memory is somewhere 2025. Yes.
Mangabe ngikhumbula kahle ke kwangasona ke isicelo lesesenziwa kudala ke isicelo senziwa ke icala leli seliqaliwe ukuthi liqulwe uma ngaphosisi ke ngo2025.
But be that as it may, having received that request, Sergeant Mabasa, who himself told this court that is not He's not an expert in the area of precious stones, inter alia, including gold. Went through the photos and found this photo, which according to him reflected that there was a bit of a golden color in one of your teeth.
Ushilo ke uSergeant Mabasa tshela yona ke lenkantolo ukuthi ke kusona ke isicelo leso ke ukuthi ke wayengasiyenaka ungoti yena ke noma ke umuntu onolwazi kangako ke nezinto ke ehlakane nayo ke igolide kodwa ke uma ibuka ke izithombe ke wafika ke kusona ke lesi isithombe ke la athi ke wabona khona ke okubukeka noma ke okuyigold.
No, that was his testimony.
Kwakubufakazi bakhe lobo.
Now, a further probing from the defense to Mr. Mabasa revealed that he only said that which is gold, which was in your that which is gold that is so in your teeth. He said that it is gold because of the goldish color.
Uthi ke lokho athi yena ke kuyigolide emazinyeni akho ke wakusho ke ngenxa yombala wakho ke ukuthi ke nombala ke gold.
Now, a further probing to Mr. Mabasa as to what is it that made him to say that was gold when he was not an expert in gold. He said, no, that answer should be referred to the investigating team. They are the ones who should have gone to make, or we should have taken that picture to an expert for a confirmation of whether that he identified as gold was in fact gold or not.
Ukuthi ke lokho yena ke akubona ke ukuthi ke kuyigold noma ke kufana ke negolide ukuthi ke lokho ke qinisekiswe ukuthi ke loyo mbuzo loyo kwakufanele ukuthi ke ubuzwe ke kwithimba eliphenyayo ukuthi ke kungani ke noma uyibona ke kwakufanele ukuthi bahambiseke lokho kusiwe ke kudokotela noma ke kungoti okuyiyena ozoqinisekisa ukuthi ngempela yigolide.
He told the court further that this is just a summary background of that photo. He further told the court that it was not his duty to go confirm his finding with the expert. That was the duty of the investigating team.
Isifinyezo nje lesi ke sabo ubufakazi bakhe ke washo ke ukuthi ke cha kungasumsebenzi wakhe ke ukuthi ke akwenze lokho yena ukuthi ke ahambe ke ayoqinisekisa ukuthi ngempela igolide yini leyana lokho kwakumsebenzi wethimba eliphenyayo.
Suffice it to say that, well, according to him, not being an expert, he thought that what he see there was gold.
Uthi ke kulokho ke nanoma ke engasiyena ungoti yena ke lokho akubona lapha yana ke noma kubona esithombeni igolide.
Now, Mr. Mncube seated there and listening throughout these proceedings. Is there an expert that was called by the state to come and tell this court that that which was identified by Mr. Sergeant Mabasa through the color that he referred to as gold was in fact gold?
Uhlezi lapha yana ulaleleke ubufakazi bonke ke ukhona yini uchwepheshe noma ungoti owabizwa ke umbuso abashushisi ukuthi ke azoqinisekisa ukuthi lokhu okwabona uMabasa athi yena ke igolide ukuthi azoqinisekisa ukuthi impela igolide.
Cha akekho.
No one.
Azange bamlethe expert la.
They never brought an expert here.
Yeah, no, let us put a rider to that answer. Up until now, we don't know what is their next move is going to be after this, not so?
Asithi ke kuze kube manje noma uzofinyelela manje ke abakambizi asazi ukuthi bazokwenzani ke emuva kwalokho kodwa asithi nje kuzofinyelela manje abazange abakambizi abakayibizi expert.
Thank you.
Oh, now we know where this gold tooth story started. And honestly, what a journey this little tooth has been on. According to Sergeant Mabasa's testimony, he was asked by Sergeant Muhula, part of the cold case investigation team, to find a photograph from accused number 3's phone showing a gold tooth. Mabasa finds a picture that appeared to have been edited and says there was something that looked like gold. But here's the kicker. Mabasa wasn't an expert, so the obvious question is, if this picture was going to become important evidence, where was the expert who could confirm that the object was actually gold? Because there's a big difference between, it looks like gold, and this is confirmed to be a gold tooth, and yet, According to the evidence we've just heard, this questionable image becomes part of the material from which Gininda develops his gold tooth narrative. Guys, this tooth didn't come from the people inside the house. It apparently came from a picture, and that is precisely why this becomes a serious evidential issue. I'm not saying this automatically proves fabrication. That's for the court to determine. But if eyewitnesses don't describe the alleged intruder with a gold tooth, and an investigator later relies on an unverified image that merely appeared to show something resembling gold, then the defense is entitled to ask, was the investigation following the evidence, or was the evidence being used to build a narrative? And that is the uncomfortable question. Because if this is how an identifying feature attached to accused number 3 entered the investigation, then the reliability and provenance of that feature become critical to the state's case. And if the state wanted to rely on the image as proof that it was actually gold, why wasn't the necessary expert evidence produced? A picture, a suspicion, an investigator, and suddenly we have a gold tooth. That deserves scrutiny, and believe me, the implications of this don't end with the tooth. If you want me to keep dissecting these courtroom moments without swallowing the state's version whole, hit that like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Skybridge, because this gold tooth story has just opened another can of worms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on my next upload. Have a lovely Sunday.